it's Gary and Jim, and this is the best trip ever. And we are once again on location here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, in one of our favorite places, an all-inclusive AM resort, Secrets Vallarta Bay.
Not only are we here in Secrets Vallarta Bay, we are poolside in our own swim-out pool at Secrets Vallarta Bay.
Now,
85 degrees.
Now, we've done a number of different categories. We've done the regular category. We've done the presidential category up top with our own private pool. We've done the regular preferred club before. And this time, it's preferred club with the swim-up room.
Correct. There are 4 swim-out suites and 2 additional master suites in the swim-out. And we have 3 of those 4, so it's almost like having our own private pool. And we even have service to our pool. We don't have to get out of the pool.
It's been really nice. I think of all the categories we've had, I think this is my favorite by far.
Oh, hands down. We've really enjoyed it. And also, we've really taken advantage of having a butler this time. Carlos has been spectacular. All we have to do is send him a text on WhatsApp if we want anything, and it shows up, or our wonderful server comes right to the edge of our pool. Hugo has been keeping us very full of food and drink and ice cream in the afternoon.
Mike, you've been here before. What are your impressions now that you're back?
So, the impressions from then to now, last time we stayed on a higher floor, as you were talking about the swim up, yeah, it's just a game changer because you walk out of your room into the pool and you can stay there as long as you need to. The helpful staff, everybody comes up and basically provides what you need. Our waiter, our butler, Carlos, oh my goodness. Not only can we reach him via WhatsApp, he comes and checks on us several times a day. With the staff, as we were walking through the lounge at VIP, I think my wife casually mentioned really wanting to have some chips or some candy or something. And the next day, as soon as the room service was done, we had chips and candy left on our counter. So it's nothing that we were actually asking for. We were just mentioning it as we were walking to each other. And the people are listening. They are wanting to provide. They're wanting to make this experience the best it can possibly be. And they really personalize it for you. And that's one of the things I love, is the personal service.
It's been really nice. Anna, what about the different restaurants? I love that there's a wide variety of restaurants you can go to every night.
Oh yeah, just anything that you're in the mood for, and it's been so easy to get a table, and even if you want some, to bring it back to your own room, it's just everything's super easy. I really enjoyed the Japanese food the other night in the show, so that was a lot of fun.
We've had a lot of fun. What did you like about going into town in Puerto Vallarta?
Well, I was here like 27 years ago with my family, and it really hasn't changed very much. I love that, you still have the cobblestone streets and the old market, and the same restaurants that we visited then, they're still thriving today. So, when I compare this to other destinations that I've been to, it feels like coming home.
That's the way we feel too. It feels like home. Gary, what are your thoughts? I mean, this has been probably one of our better trips to AM resorts.
Oh, this has definitely been better. Last year we came a year ago during COVID, and it was a little more, sedated, a lot less service level, a lot less food options. And I feel like this has been our best day here at Secrets Vallarta Bay. And we've been here, I think this is our 6th stay here. And hands down, this has been the best experience overall. I mean, last night, a group of us were hungry about 9:30 at night and went over to Himitsu, and I think we ate our body weight in sushi. And nothing better than eating really great fresh sushi, and you don't get a bill for it. So we've just had a really great time overall. I think the Marketplace Buffet for breakfast has been definitely the best experience that we've had. They've had everything from fresh quesadillas to crepes to, things like chilaquiles made to order, and our friend Annette had wanted carrot juice and they were out for the last day or so. This morning she sat down and miraculously, here comes a carrot juice. She didn't have to order it. I sat down every day. I'd ordered an almond milk latte the very first day. Every day, the second I sit down on the table, Cesar, our server, hands me my latte. So they really do pay attention to the details, and that's what makes a difference on service level.
That buffet is amazing. I mean, a lot of people, buffets are something you kind of tolerate. But this buffet, I found myself looking forward to going to because it's so delicious and there's so many options.
Yeah, with the buffet, you've got, I call it their pastry wall. It's an entire wall full of the pan or the bread and the different bread products. They have stuff that's made to order for you. They have or stuff that you can just basically open the lid, you know, like in a regular buffet kind of thing. But like our friend Rich said, it's less of a buffet and more of like a food court because there is so much there that you can get. And talking about our server, Cesar, he was our same server from 3 years ago, and he remembered us. So it's fantastic. The different connections that you make here kind of stay here, and when they call you familia, it just feels genuine.
Did you like the buffet? I thought it was fabulous.
Yes, normally I'm not a fruit person, but the fresh fruit here, I have to get some every morning for breakfast. It is incredible. You do not get fruit like that in the States. So yeah, I had a quesadilla this morning with fresh made cheese, made to order. Yesterday I had a crepe. Delicious.
So here are their friends, Rich and Michelle. Now you guys have been to AM Resorts, I guess a different one, 13 years ago. What are your impressions of Secrets Vallarta Bay?
It's awesome.
What have you liked about it?
The swim-up pool that my friends have.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yes, it's very nice. Sunsets on the beach. What else?
We were talking about that. The weather has not been completely sunny. We've had some nice warm rain. Rich, you've really loved the rainstorms.
I'm a fan of about half of every day should be a little bit cool and rainy. Then you got plenty of sunshine, but you don't feel exhausted here. The weather has been right in the middle where you want it. So.
And you've loved the shows.
Absolutely.
So what are your impressions as far as the last resort you were at and this one?
Oh, this one's better. Yeah. Way better. I am never going to do an all-inclusive without a swim-up pool from now on.
There you go.
It is like key.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is very nice. And it's nice to have good friends along, too.
What do you like about the swim-up pool?
You can go in anytime you want.
It never closes.
It never closes.
And we're not putting our towels out at 6 o'clock in the morning to get a good seat here, so.
That's what's beautiful. And it's like we can survey the action, but we're not in it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're not removed from it.
Yes, so I am incredibly skeptical by nature, and when I saw the brochure for this place after we'd already booked, I was still floored. But I said, it's the brochure. It always looks good in the brochure. And this place, honestly, being here has beat the brochure. That already blew me away. So when the service that they promise is better than the service that you're dreaming of. And life is good. Life is very good.
The service has been top notch as far as if you need a drink, they're joning on the spot.
Yep, absolutely. So after pandemic, I don't normally resort vacation, but after pandemic and taking care of 3 kids and 3 dogs and everything else, I wanted a week where I didn't even have to take care of myself. And they treat me better than I do myself, so I'm living large here.
It's really nice. You don't have to think about anything.
Not at all.
It's like they're very intuitive.
I told you earlier, there was never a moment when I thought, man, I wish I was doing something different.
So one of the things that we always ask people, what are your 3 favorite things?
Well, the swim-up pool, definitely. The sunsets. And I'm trying to think of the nonstop drink access.
Yeah.
What about, we went into town. That was pretty fun going into town.
Yeah, and I've been to town with you before. I have not been really during the day. And to sit out on a warm beach with under the umbrellas, eating fresh shrimp and fish in a very simple place. Like I said, I don't resort travel often. But to sit in a simple place, good people, good food. We had a dinner that was similar outside of town. And those are the highlights of my trip. And the sunsets, for some reason, in Puerto Vallarta, the glow lasts about an hour and a half. The glow post sunset, and I don't see that in a lot of other places. You know, we've had some good nature's fireworks while we're down here with the storms that roll through at night. But
Now, you guys have a busy, active family life. It's been nice to kind of come here and, like you said, just kind of tune out and let everybody else take care of everything.
Absolutely.
What about, like, would you consider with bringing your family here? Would you recommend it to people with kids? Like, that way you'd have the kids clubs and everything taken care of.
Oh yeah, when the kids were younger, absolutely. Now our kids are almost all adults, so
Yeah.
I think we would still bring them down here. I think they would enjoy it.
Or even on a honeymoon.
Or on a honeymoon.
there's tons of honeymooners here having a great time. I got to be honest, my kids are older, and seeing the families bringing their kids up the water slide and down, and those days are gone for us. But we'd be back here in a second.
Yeah, that's what's ahead, is more days.
Yeah,
More days hopefully like this.
absolutely.
So one of the things that Carrie and I always do when we wrap up these podcasts is we talk about our 3 favorite things. So when you leave, you had 3 favorite things. What have been your 3 favorite things about the trip? Or the resort, whatever you want to say.
Well, I have to genuinely say the company has been one of my favorite. It's been so great to connect with friends again, and we've had such great quality time together. I really enjoyed hitting the market downtown, and I'm looking forward to seeing that again today. And then definitely the swim up. Have to mention that. So I would do that again in a heartbeat.
What about you, Mike? What are your 3 favorite things?
So I'm going to combine some of the things that Anna said. For me, it's the de-stressing out here at the swim up and in this entire area with our friends. That's one of my major things. One of my major favorite things. The second is the food and the products, the shopping, the stuff you can go around, and the environment you're in while you're doing it being just so gorgeous. All the different new experiences and new fun things to do. And the third would be about making those friends and expanding your own personal community. That would be my third.
I think if I had to say my 3 favorite things, I think the level of service has been outstanding during this whole entire trip. Between Cesar, our butler, and Hugo, the guy who's been serving us pretty much all week. I think those have been just outstanding. Level of service, the quality of food, and the swim up room. I don't know that I would ever do this place again without the swim up room. I think that has just been outstanding. I think of the categories to have, I would highly recommend getting the swim up room. That's definitely been my favorite. Carrie, what are your 3 favorite things?
My 3 favorite things are, one, that the property has held up so well. This property is 10 years old. It opened in 2012. And I found with the hundreds of all-inclusives we've been to, they didn't always wear well. They get really tired really quickly. And this one, they've really kept it fresh. You would not know it's a 10-year-old property. So that's my first thing. My second thing is shopping downtown. I have favorite boutiques I've gone back to year after year after year. I buy jewelry at, I buy all of my accessories at, and I call it wearable art. So when I get back home and I wear those earrings or I wear that necklace, I think about, oh, that was the trip I was with Mike and Annette and Anna and the rest of our friends. So they really bring on great memories. And I think the third thing is just being able to relax, because the last couple of years have been kind of a challenge for everybody worldwide. And so the fact that we can get up in the morning, toss on a swimsuit and some sunscreen, and hang out in a pool and just visit and spend time with other people, because we haven't been able to in such a long amount of time. That's really my 3 favorite things.
Who do you think should come here?
Well, I mean, Secrets is adults only, so it's 18 and older. So obviously, couples, singles. The one thing you do want to keep in mind if you're going to do a swim up suite is they are maximum occupancy 2 people. It's a king bed only. You can't do a triple. If you do one of the swim up master suites, I believe they will bring in a rollaway, but you do have to keep that in mind that there's a limit on that. If you really want to be here with your family, you can be at the next door neighbor, which is Secrets Vallarta Bay, though. So I think there's a little bit of everything for everyone here.
Yeah, that's what's nice is there's a family side and then there's an adults only side. So there's a lot of options whether you have kids or you don't have kids.
Yeah, there definitely is. And we've walked through the family side and they look like they're having a good time over there. And everything's a mirror image. So there are swim up preferred club over on the family side. I was talking to a couple yesterday that has 4 girls and they were doing their couples trip, but they said they trade off. You know, they do a couple trip every year, then they do a family trip. And they were asking me about how they would do this with the family. And I was kind of explaining they do what they call their family suites, which is basically a queen or a double connected to a king as a suite. So it's most definitely an option to do this as families. And by us staying on the adult side, we actually can utilize all the restaurants on the family side, but it doesn't go the other way. Families are not welcome on the adult side.
There's also some family options. There's a slide for kids. There's kids clubs. So there's plenty of activities.
Kids buffet. I think their buffet probably has fun stuff like chicken fingers and animal cookies. So they definitely have it set. And if I recall from seeing it years ago, it's also at kid level too. So it's 3 feet tall instead. It's at a kid level. So
as we've mentioned before, Carrie is a travel agent, and our friends. I'm okay right now. Our butler, our server, Hugo is here. Hugo, we're doing our podcast talking about travel and how great you've been with your service. So thank you for everything. So come and see Hugo.
He is pretty great.
Speaking of service, I did want to mention, as far as service goes, the one thing that you need to do is, especially in these times, you guys had some cancellations, Anna. Tell us about that and how Carrie was able to fix them. What happened?
Oh my gosh, so we got word yesterday that our flight home was canceled, which is happening a lot to people these days with the shortage of staff, pilots, so on. And so Carrie just jumped on it and she was able to get us a flight after a little bit of calling and finagling. And wow, what a relief. I was so stressed about that because I haven't really traveled a whole lot. So it was just nice to have that taken care of. And so we will be heading home the same day that we were going in the first place, thank goodness. And we don't have to find a hotel for Saturday night. And thank you to Carrie.
And what did you have to do?
Nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
I went to bed.
So you got to continue to enjoy your trip
Absolutely.
because of your travel agent.
That's right. Yeah, Carrie's the best.
Carrie is the best. Carrie, speaking of that, if someone is interested in booking this and having you take care of the transfers, take care of everything, what kind of stuff can you take care of should they come here?
I can do everything from air to hotel to transfers to excursions to weddings. I've got a wedding group coming in January. I can do corporate incentive groups. You name it, I can do it. So you just need to reach out to me, Carrie, Kari, at stellartravel.com.
Yeah, we got married at one of their sister resorts down here nearby. So we're familiar with weddings, familiar with groups, and obviously we brought about 10 people with us this time. So if it's just couples, if it's families, if it's groups, Carrie's got you covered. And what's that again?
Carrie at stellartravel.com.
So you can follow us at The Best Trip Ever on Twitter. You could also email Carrie, like you said. I'm Jim, she's Carrie, and I hope no matter where you go, we can help make it the best trip ever.